Shalom, shalom, family. It's your brother Chris. I pray all is well. I pray everybody having a beautiful and blessed day. Hallelujah. All praise to the Most High Yah. It's another edition of Can We Talk and Not Talk? We're going to get right into this thing. We're going to be dealing with Revelations, chapter 21, verse 8. Cowards will not enter into the kingdom of Yah. The cowards are associated with negative traits like unbelief, lack of courage and faith, along with other negative behaviors that will lead into internal punishment. Actions like murder or lying, linked to other unrighteous behaviors that disqualify people from inheriting Yah's kingdom. So if we look at just pause and reflect on that murder or lying, that can also be associated with in the days of adversity, in the days of when we have to make a clear distinction. Are we with Yah or are we of this world? A lot of people, they might not necessarily murder themselves with their own bare hands. But a lot of them will be traitors, will lie and say that, no, I'm not a follower of the Most High. They would be a coward. And they would be on the lines of a Judas. They would sell out. They would lie. They would say that I do not follow Yah. I don't follow Christ. I don't have nothing to do with him, to save their own self because of adversity, because of they can be on the chopping block per se. They wasn't willing to go all the way. They wasn't willing to be persecuted for righteousness' sake. So they will murder. They will say with their lips, oh no, I want nothing to do with Christ. I denounce him. People will have that type of mindset to save their own self. And they will also have others to be taken down to save themselves. And will allow on others and will point out other people to save their own self. Some would turn in their brothers and sisters in the faith real quick to save their own selves so that they can keep this life, this fleshly body, this meat suit, that they will be willing to sell out their brothers and sisters in the household of faith to save their own self from persecution, to save their own self from going through anything, any type of suffering. And we see that happens every day. People sell out each other every day for simple little things, simple things. It could be something on the job. It's so simple. Oh, who did it? Oh, it was him. Quick to sell each other out real quick. These are the things that's going to be happening in these days and these times. And, learning, that, we can't be no cowards. No cowards shall enter into the kingdom of Yah. We're going to read that. Revelations chapter 21, verse 8 in a minute. But praying for courage, man, because it's going to be so many things that we're going to see. Those of us that the Most High allows us to continue to live, even as these times and these days are unfolding to get closer and closer and closer to the end days, which I believe that we are somewhat in. That being a coward is not going to cut it. Not having cowardly, those who are not brave in their faith and fear to commit to Yahusha, or to Christ. Those who is not willing to be brave in their faith and fear to commit to Christ. Because we know that fear would always have anybody paralyzed. It'll have you at a state where you fear what a person or whatever adversity that you are facing, you fear that more than you fear the Most High. And based upon that fear, based upon what you're seeing, based upon what is at your door, what is happening to you right now, you will make these decisions. That's why we can't be buckling even now. These are training grounds. These are a training period, what he's doing right now, to help build us in our faith, to help to build us up, to have courage, because we can't be folding, man, just under little bitty things. Because we have to be able to have trust and faith that our faith had to be built up so much, because there's going to be so many things that we're going to be seeing, so many things that's going to be happening around us. We have to get it in our head that following Yah is going to come with consequences. And what I mean by that is that our faith is going to be tested. I continue to say that because the Most High continues to show me and put this on my heart that you have to be able to stand. So you can't be all over the place, tossed to and fro. You can't be I believe in Yah a little bit, but yet I have all this fear. That's not going to cut it. That's not going to be able to stand in these days and the days that come. And in this season, the harvest is here. So what are we going to be reaping? What have we been sowing? What have we been sowing? Because whatever a man shall sow, he shall reap. So if I have this coward and timid spirit in my faith and my belief in the Most High, I'm not going to be able to stand. I'm going to buckle and fold on the slightest little bitty thing. Some of us is folding right now in little bitty things. Being out of the comfort zone. I've been speaking about this. Because a selfish mindset is not going to get it. It's not going to cut it. Because, you know, some of us, we so used to just is being us by ourselves. We so used of oh, I had to be able to take care of everything. I was the one who was always doing everything. And it could come a time where the Most High is going to bring a lot of it, and I know it's going to happen. He's going to bring a lot of us together. So we're going to have to be able to know how to live peacefully with one another, even in adversity, and even when times of persecution, even when things are happening all around us. It might be 10, 12 of us in a 2-bedroom little apartment trying to make it. Oh, you know, I'm so used to living by myself. We're going to have to need one another. And we're going to have to know and learn how to get along with one another, even in these times. You look at, you know, the people of the book, the people of the Bible, setting tents out in areas, having to dwell with one another in such of a time when so many people was after them, so many things they had to endure. You know, that selfishness when it comes to one another, that has to be cut out. Because it's going to come a time that it's not going to just be us, just by ourselves. I believe the Most High is really going, and he's doing it now. He's moving certain things around right now, putting people in places, uprooting people from different places to get closer to people of the faith. to be able to dwell peacefully with one another. But you can't be no coward. So I say that I love my brother, but yet a little bitty shake in my foundation, a little bit of shake in my faith, and I'm ready to give up everybody. I'm ready to give up. Ultimately, I'm ready to give up on the Most High. I'm ready to say, oh no, I'm not a follower of Christ. Well, we seen you over here with them Hebrews, and no, they ain't me. But I tell you what, you tell us where they at, and you'll be safe. Oh man, they over here. Boy, they'll run down the whole play. You know, we have to truly know and truly learn, man, that, you know, we have to be able to stand, man. You know, just think how bold we was standing for wickedness, for standing for things that it wasn't of Yah, man. Was so bold to say, oh man, I'm a blood. Say, oh man, we were so bold to say, oh man, I'm a Crip. You were so blood. You were so bold to say that you was a stripper. You were so bold to say, oh yeah, I'm finessing these men out of money. We were so bold to say that we would all these other different things that wasn't righteous, that was of this world. We were so bold to stand in there. Oh, I'm a gangster, I'm a thug. You know, so many women, somebody, oh man, I'm ratchet, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. Was bold to say that. But yet when we give over here, we so timid, we so shy, we so afraid, we so, oh man, can't let nobody know outside of the household of faith that I stand for the Most High. And I get it. We're not supposed to try to be out here to be seen. And I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about, man, you still have to be bold and to be able to stand firm in your faith, man. Because if not, any little bitty thing is going to shake your whole foundation and you're going to buckle. Let's read Revelations 21:8. But the fearful, the coward, and unbelieving, the coward, and the abominable, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. Revelation 21:8. Let me read that again. Revelation 21:8. But the fearful, I don't know, y'all, ready to throw in the towel. Any little pressure applied, you ready to fold, you ready to buckle, you ready to sell everybody out, you are ready to throw everything that the Most High has shown you, have given you, all the power, all the authority, all the gifts and the marvelous things that He has showed you. You ready to give it all away because you fear, because it was all good when nothing was happening to you. Oh, you was bold then. But we're gonna have to be able to stand even in adversity, even when times of trouble. Are you gonna keep that same energy? Or are you just a in a closet believer? And what I mean by that is that when it's closed in, nobody really knows, oh, you're bold then. But when it comes to actually coming out here, putting in work, when it comes to having to confess your faith in what you believe in, even in times of trouble, even when people are mocking you, even when people are spitting at you, even when people are calling you crazy, or you believe in a God that you ain't never seen, and all of that. Then you back down because you a coward. We can't be no cowards. We have to be able to stand and stand firmly in our faith and in our walk with the Most High. How do we think that any timid people who follow the Most High, they had that Ruach HaKodesh and they were standing firm and bold. Did they go through things? Yes, they did. But when it counted, they trusted and believed in the Most High, and He showed up for them. It's like He's showing up for a lot of us. Learn how to stand, even in adversity, man. Even when things are all around you, keep that same energy. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. And you know, family, persecution is gonna come. Sufferings is gonna come. It's all a part of this walk. Can't sit up here and think that we're not gonna have to go through things, even as the Messiah did, even as the apostles, the disciples, all of them had to prove their loyalty. Some of us, we're not even loyal. Some of us not even loyal to ourselves. We don't even trust our own selves. We don't believe in our own self. What I mean by that is that we don't know if we really want to serve the Most High or not. We kind of is and kind of not. You know, we serve Him when things are not difficult, but when things get hard, then, you know, we back to doing what we want to do. Not consistent in anything. Oh, well, y'all, you know, I pray that you would take me up out of here before things get to happen. Things are happening now. What you mean? That's coward mindset. Oh, we want to be the ones who's going to stand firm no matter what comes our way. Is it going to be easy? No, it ain't going to be easy. But we have to be able to stand. We have to be able to fight. We have to be able to get to that point where we are not scared of even death itself. Don't fear man. I'm paraphrasing. Don't fear a man who can kill the body, but fear the one who can kill the body and the soul, which is Yahuwah, through His only begotten Son, Yahushua Mashiach, Christ. Because it is real, it didn't got real, and it's going to be real. But the thing we have to make up in our mind, are we for real about serving the Most High? Or are we just a part-time believer? Or are we just a sometime believer? Or are we just, when it's going good, believer? Or are we just, I kind of am, but I kind of not believer? Which one are you? Just like I have to ask myself that every day. Which one is you? Are you a firm believer and a follower? Are you willing to go all the way? Are you willing to stand for what you believe in? Because anything that we believe in, we'll stand on that. We was out there thugging and plugging and clubbing. We stood upon that. Shots fired and everything. Then seeing people unalive around us. All that. Was up in jail cells and prisons. All that. Was ready for all that action. But yet when we come over here, we scared and we timid. We cowards. You know, worrying about if anybody looking. Oh man, don't talk too loud. Cowards. No coward shall enter the kingdom of Yah. We have to make our election sure. We have to make up in our mind. Are we a soldier for the Most High? A true soldier? Because true soldiers go through things. True soldiers can endure hardship. Or are we just cowards? part-time believers, part-time followers? Which one are we? So with that being said, family, I just pray that this is just motivation. Just things that, we have to remind ourselves, especially in these days, we have to remind ourselves of these things, you know? I know a lot of these things people don't want to hear, is not going to hear. But these are things that we have to really, truly consider. Reason with yourself, I know these type of messages, this is things that a lot of people is not going to say, don't want to say. They might think about it, but they don't want to bring it out because, it's not going to get the views and all of that. Look, we're supposed to be after trying to save souls. So this ain't got to preach well, teach well. This ain't for no clout. This ain't for none of that. These are things to consider because this is real. These are things that is happening and is going to happen. Discern the shift, what is going on around you. Days are speeding up. If you're not paying attention to that, then that's something that a person needs to check within themselves. Examine thyself. Now, if it's a person who thinking that they already all together and all of that, then hey, ain't for you. But for the ones who striving, for the ones who is going through it every day, the ones who is thirsting after righteousness, but might be going through things, because we all are. If we sit up here and say that we are believers and followers of the Most High Yah, striving for perfection, and we're not going through anything, then we need to check ourselves. Are we soldiers, faithful soldiers for the Most High, or are we cowards? I pray this thing was edifying. I pray everybody have a beautiful and blessed day. This is your brother Chris. Another edition, Can We Talk and Not Talk? Keep your head up and your faith in Yah. Hallelujah. Peace and blessings, family. And shalom. Yes, indeed.